Hi, I'm Nick with Hunters Connect. Understanding the language of the white-tailed deer can turn a slow, boring sit into a successful day in the tree. When trying to determine what type of call to use and sounds to make, it really depends on the time of year. Pre-rut, rut, and post-rut all come with different tactics to lure that big buck in. When you enter the call section at your local sporting goods store, there's a few different designs you'll see to choose from. The three most common are the barrel style, the can, and the tubes, mainly for grunts and bleats. All are fairly easy to use with a little bit of practice. Let's start with a few calls that work all season long for both does and bucks. The bleat. Adult deer and young deer make this noise to communicate with one another. The bleat can be a short or drawn out sound depending on what you're trying to communicate. Here's what a normal social bleat sounds like. Now a fawn bleat is perfect for early season with a doe tag in your pocket. This call here reproduces a distress bleat of a young deer looking for mom, appealing to the motherly instincts of all the does, bringing them straight to your stand. Other calls to use year-round would be the doe or fawn bawl. As you light up the woods with this distress call, watch the does come charging in. Sounds like this. Keep in mind during the rut that if you can pull in the doe, you may pull in a trailing buck behind her. Moving on to some peak rut calls that can tilt the scales in your favor. Since we know does use bleats to communicate, cruising bucks are tuned in for that sound when they're rutting. Modifying the normal bleat sound to an estrus bleat tells the buck that the doe is ready to breed. The estrus bleat is a longer, drawn-out bleat that a buck is waiting to hear. Sounds like this. Just as simple as that. Focusing more now on the buck sounds, we have the grunt and the snort wheeze. The grunt has varying sounds and combinations, but the most popular to get you started are the social grunt, the trailing grunt, and the tending grunt. If you're looking to get aggressive with a buck that's not paying too much attention to your direction, try the snort wheeze. The snort wheeze is normally used at the end of a grunt sequence and really can rile up a buck. It's pretty much an insult from afar, enough to get him headed your way for a fight. While it can be the perfect call at times, use it sparingly. Bucks generally don't use this sound too often. Sounds like this. The last call we'll cover is rattling. Rattling can be useful during the pre-rut to the prime rut. During the pre-rut, before bucks really start fighting over pecking order, performing a light, playful rattle might pique the interest of a nearby buck. Light and playful like this. Just kind of tickling antlers, nothing too serious. Now when the rut is in full swing, causing a scene with your rattling bag or antlers can catch the attention of deer near and far. Fights normally only last a few minutes tops, so don't overdo it. Here's what it sounds like. Keep in mind, it's not a constant rattle like this. When they actually lock up, there's a lot of pushing and shoving going on. They might rub antlers a little bit, pushing, shoving, and then there might be another big crash. Can be very useful, but don't overdo it. To make it even more realistic, you can mix in a few grunts and snort wheezes during the session. Taking all this knowledge even further is learning how to combine the sounds to mimic realistic situations in the woods. Practice makes perfect, and nothing beats trial and error in reading the deer's reaction when calling. Feel free to comment below with any questions, and thanks for watching Hunters Connect.